Okay, so here we go. Looking at the end of market review for April, April the 18th. So today is Tuesday, and today I executed the last, no, the 19th trade, right? So I have just one last trade to go for this exercise, and obviously, I'm forward testing my day trading strategy for gold, and I just executed the 19th trade today. So tomorrow is the last. It's going to actually be the last day of this exercise, and then we'll be moving on to the next phase, right? So basically, still have to collect data, right? Still have more data to collect, more work to do, right? This is not final. This is more or less just me building the framework and trying to reprogram my mind to like a more process-based kind of trading, understanding what it means to have a model and execute trading, right? Execute trading from the standpoint of following processes and not like um, doing things out of random, right? So everything is planned, the rules are the same, the execution is the same, everything is the same, right? So that's just how it goes. So today, I executed the 19 trade. Like I said, I take a set of 20 trades, right? I take a set of 20 trades. That's what I did in my back testing, right? So the first phase was back testing. So I back tested 20 trades, right? Came out with an outcome of 11 wins and 9 losses, right? 11 wins, 9 losses resulted in 13R. So far, so good. I've taken 19 trades, right, in the forward testing phase. So the second phase is forward testing. So if you go on the channel, you see I put everything in a playlist, and the playlist is forward testing my trading model, right? So currently I've taken 19 trades, right? Out of the 19 trades, I've had 10 wins and 9 losses, right? 10 wins and 9 losses. The sequence of these wins and losses are not the same, but over the large sample size of 20, we're meant to come out with a positive outcome, right? And that's really what it's about, right? I know that okay, after 20 trades, I should have a positive outcome, right? So we've taken the 19 trade, we have 9 losses, 10 wins, and then the last trade is either going to put us at 10 wins and 10 losses or 11 wins and 9 losses, right? So it's very, very exciting to see that. And today's trade was a bit interesting. Today's trade was very interesting because it's a scenario that I've been anticipating was going to happen, and today it eventually happened. And I have visualized this trade happening, and today when it happened, I didn't have an emotional reaction. I was kind of elated that it actually happened, that I actually got to see it happen and experience it, right? Because I knew it had a high probability of happening. I knew that something like this had the potential to happen, and I wanted to know what my reaction would be in the eventuality that it happened. And I'm so glad that it actually happened because now I've had that experience, right? And I've actually observed myself experiencing this scenario. And let me take price back to my entry point so that I can go over it a bit, right? So going back to the time of entry, now when it comes to trading and when it comes to building an edge, right? When it comes to building an edge, it's all about following rules because the rules are what gives you the edge, right? My network is kind of slow. And this is the problem in Nigeria though, but like the internet is kind of slow. So yeah, but let me drop down to the 1 minute time frame. So as I was saying, the rules, having these rules in place, that's what gives the strategy an edge. Having rules in place, that's what gives your strategy an edge, right? A lot of people, they have the strategy, they have the technical analysis, right? You can be good with the technical analysis, but not having rules and not sticking to your rules, right? Not having defined rules behind a strategy is what will make you, and not following those rules. You can have the rules, it's fine, right? You can create the rules, you can set up the rules, you can do all of that, it's fine, that's great. But what is going to make you deviate from that rule? Think about it. If you really think about it, what will make you deviate from your rule or deviate from your plan? That's a lack of self-discipline, right? A lack of self-discipline. How you do one thing is how you do everything. And I really always think about this, right? I always think about this, like how you do one thing is how you do everything. So that's actually crazy, right? That's actually crazy because like understanding that, when you understand that, you really get to like understand a whole lot, right? How you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're not following the plans that you made for yourself in your personal life, and then you create plans in trading, there's a high likelihood that you're not going to stick to those plans in your trading, and you're going to break your rules. If you create rules for yourself in your real life and you break those rules, when you go into your trading and you have rules and you have a plan, when there's an outcome set to it, there's a high probability that you're going to end up breaking those rules because you would go for the outcome rather than the process, right? And nobody is perfect, right? Nobody is perfect, but like trading requires a high level of self-discipline. So that's just something to think about. So let me go over the trade for today and really break down what I'm talking about, right? So you can see this candle here where price created this fair value gap, right? You can see the fair value gap that we created right here, marked out with this shaded area. Let me pull it in a bit. So we have the low of this candle, the high of this candle, and we have that gap in between, right? I set out my position calculator. This was a 1 to 2 setup as usual, right? So we got tagged into the trade by 231, and you can see the trade, right? Now, you can see how close price got to TP before reversing. Let me just take that back by one candle and play it forward again. Now, this was something I had seen, I had prepared my mind for. I told myself so many times, what if price gets so close to your TP and then pulls back and hits your stop? How are you going to process that? How are you going to process that? Because at this point, you can tell yourself, why didn't I just close it manually and secure that profit? Why didn't I just close it manually and secure that profit? If I had closed it manually to secure that profit, I would be breaking my rules. And it's easy to do. It's easy to do this on a demo account when there's no money attached to it, when there's no emotion attached to it. But if this was a funnel account, let's say I was taking a challenge for a 100k, a 100k challenge, and I was up 6,000, right? And I had only $2,000 left. And then price got so close to my take profit that way, right? And if I close the trade manually, let's say I'll be up like 7.5, right? Would I break my rule and take profits, or would I let price reverse, hit my stop loss, and then take the next trade and then take and end up like, would I like that possibility where it's like, okay, I might not pass this challenge. Like, am I willing to accept that? Am I willing to accept that? And sometimes we just have to be honest ourselves. Like, I wanted a scenario like this to play out so that I would make sure that, okay, I don't click the button. But it's a demo account. There's a part of your mentality that saying it's a demo account. So you can just let it run. But when it comes to that live account, or it comes to that funding, that challenge, when you're taking that challenge and in your mind you're like, I want to pass this challenge. What is the mindset then? Right? I want to know what the mindset would be like then. What's the mindset going to be like then? Because that's not going to be easy. Trust me, it's really not going to be easy. It's really not going to be easy at all. At all. Because now, like, it's a different thing. Do you understand? It's a different thing. Like, look how price got so close to my take profit, only to reverse. And at this point, I knew it was going to hit my stop loss. But I was prepared for it to hit my stop loss, right? Because I had played this out in my mind. But remember, I'm not trading live account. I'm not trading a funded account. So seeing something like this happen in a demo account, right? Your mind will be tricking you into like, okay, you can handle this. But imagine in a situation where something like this happens twice in a row, 3 times in a row. Are you going to consider changing things? Are you going to want to change things? Am I going to want to change things? And these are the kind of questions I ask myself. And I know that the answer is no, don't change anything, right? And that's why it's important to like play this out over a long period of time. So ICT made mention of trading on a demo account for like 6 months, right? To really see things play out, to really see your strategy play out and all of that. But there's this inclination in me that okay, I want to actually know what it feels like. So I don't want to fund a live account, right? Funding a live account, even though I can afford to fund a live account, I don't want to do that. Something that is cheaper is getting a challenge. But if I get a challenge, I cannot go with the mindset that I'm going to pass or I want to pass. I also have to go into that challenge with the mindset that this is just a demo account and I'm not trying to pass. I just want to see if I can be consistent. The worst thing that's going to happen is like you get a free retrial, right? So I just have to put out money that I can spare. Maybe go for like a 5K or a 10K. 10K might be more expensive, so I could just end up going for like a 5K just to actually have those emotions in place and actually see what it's like. But at the same time, going in with the mindset that I'm not trying to pass this challenge. The moment you go in with them, the moment I go in with them, if I go into a challenge with the mindset that I want to pass, it's not going to work. But first of all, like we have to take the last trade, right? We have to take the last trade. So maybe from next week, I think maybe I'll try over the weekend. Maybe I'll get like a 5K funnel account challenge, right? Yes, it's going to be 8% to pass and all of that, but the goal is not to pass. I don't believe the goal is to pass because that's the trap, right? It's possible to pass, but like yes, it's possible to pass. But at the same time, it's good to learn and to see if your strategy is consistent. Can you be consistent with your strategy? Are you going to break any rules? Like that's something that I always keep thinking about. Am I going to end up breaking my rules? Because for the past over the past 3 weeks now, I've been trading my rules consistently. I've been trading my rules, and the demo account is showing the results. Right, I'm currently up 11R right now. If I take a loss tomorrow, I'll be down to 10R. If I take a win, I'll be up to 13R. Those are the only two outcomes, right? Yesterday I said we could have three outcomes, which is 10R, 13R, or 16R. The possibility of getting 16R is out the window. Now there's only two outcomes left, 10R or 13R. But this is on the demo account. If I go to a live account, am I going to be able to replicate these results? The only way I can replicate these results on a live account is trading without fear, trading without emotions. So are those emotions going to come up? That's what I want to see in myself. I want to see, have I really changed as much as I think I've changed? Like, have I really grown as much as I think? Or am I still going to fall victim? And I want to document everything. I really want to document everything so that like everybody can see, or whoever comes across it, I want them to see. Like, yeah, I want to record it and like put it out there so that even me, maybe like later in the future, if I fail at this, if I fail at that challenge, and I'm not going to judge myself if I eventually end up taking that challenge. I'm not going to judge myself by whether I passed the challenge or not. I'm going to judge myself by if I stuck to my rules, if I stuck to my trading plan throughout the process. If I stick to my trading plan from the beginning of the challenge to the end of the challenge, that's a win. I don't care if I come out, because there's no way I'm going to come out like with a blown trading account, or come out in a very severe drawdown. Do you understand? Like, I believe if I follow the trading plan, if I follow my trading plan, if I execute 20 trades, if I'm able to execute 20 trades within the space of 30 days, right? Because the first verification is basically 30 days. So if I'm able to execute 20 trades within 30 days, right? If I'm able to execute 20 trades within that 30-day time frame, then I should come out profitable. Not past. Not that I should pass, but I should either come out maybe in a little bit of loss, a break even, or in a little bit of profit, or the best case scenario is that I'll pass, which I'm not even expecting, right? I'm not even expecting that I should pass the challenge, because I'm still new trading this strategy. So I've not traded this strategy for such a long time to see how it performs, right? Because one thing is, there are months, I believe that every strategy has months, like there's going to be a month where you might not make money, right? That's very possible. Where there's going to be a month where you don't make money. There's going to be a month where you lose money. Because even very professional traders go through that. So who am I if I'm coming into the market thinking that my strategy is so good that I'm never going to lose money? If there's a month where I'm going to lose money, by how much? How many trades could I possibly lose in a row? Can I lose 10 trades in a row with this strategy? If I lose 10 trades in a row with this strategy, like, will I still have faith in it? Or will I want to change it? Like, do you understand all these little things? Right? So it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Like, me documenting these things might actually be me documenting me fail a lot. Fail a whole lot. Fail a whole lot. And it's not going to be easy, trust me. It's not going to be easy. This is why I have to detach from the outcome. If I want to do something like a challenge, and for anybody out there too, I just want to test myself. I want to test myself. I want to see how I react. I want to see how I fare. I want to see if I'm going to try to revenge trade, all of those things. I want to see how I react to it. I want to really see. I want to really know. Like, I'm really curious to see, right? I'm really curious to find out who I am as a person. If I've really matured as much as I think I have, or if I'm just still the same person that was impulsive, that can't follow the plan, that can't follow the rules. I just want to know, because maybe I'm someone that can follow the rules for a short period of time and then start breaking the rules. I want to know, because, yeah, I just want to know. It's very difficult. It's very difficult, and I'm embracing the uncertainty. I'm embracing the risk, because there's no other option. And the only way to go about this is to actually detach from the outcome and focus on the processes. The outcome, if I eventually end up doing something like a funded challenge, the outcome is not going to be to pass. The outcome cannot be to pass. Just has the outcome just has to be following the process exactly how I've done it for the past 3 weeks, 4 weeks now. If I can replicate my processes, my rules on a funded challenge, then I've passed without wanting to pass that challenge, without having that anxiety of wanting to pass that challenge, then I have done a good job. But if I get carried away by the outcome, then I've done a terrible job, and I need to go back to the drawing board and work on myself. So I'll see you guys in the next one, and let's see how the last trade will go, and then I'll decide what I'll do from there. I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, stay safe, guys. Peace.